Without Terry, let us get to my guest. It is John Mayo, former Clarksdale Mayor and former Representative. John, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Paul. How are you doing? Long time no hear from.
Man, it's been a couple of days, maybe even a couple of months, hasn't it?
Well, over 10 years.
Well, yeah. You served in the legislature when?
2000 through 2011.
2011 years. That's a long time. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good run.
I'm sorry, say again?
I said that was a pretty good run of 11 years.
Well, 12 years, but you're right. It was a good run. I enjoyed it.
Let me. Here's the matters at hand, and this is most interesting. And I guess I take a little bit more of an investment in this one since he was on the air with me and has been many times. And I know the mayor, as you do. We've long history together, and he was on the air with me, and it really got a lot of feedback after he left because he was kind of putting himself up as people across the nation, if not around the world, ought to hold conference or Zoom meetings with him to get some of his wisdom on how he's done as far as gangs and crime in the city and job development and everything else. And it was such a farce that the feedback was unbelievable. But then he leaves and goes home, and then several days later we find out about a meeting, an executive session. The board came out and gave every employee across the board $2,600 raise, and not only that, gave themselves a pretty big raise, and the mayor got a raise. Now, tell me about this and what is going on.
Well, the raise is significant, but I believe a lot of us, the way they did it was sneaky. The entire board got elected. It wasn't even a contest, got reelected. And then 6 days later at a meeting, they went into executive session and that's when they gave all the employees the raise, gave 4 department heads a $5,000 apiece raise, gave 2 more persons a $5,000 apiece raise. Then the kicker was the position of mayor got a $36,000 raise, and the 4 commissioners got $22,600 apiece. Paul, the 4 commissioners getting that kind of raise are getting paid $45,000. It makes them the highest paid part-time municipal elected officials in the state. And the position of mayor in Clarksdale, with his raise, according to Mississippi Municipal League, some surveys that I've got, becomes the 3rd highest paid mayor in the state. And that's what upset people, that they did it in secret.
Yeah.
And they did it 6 days after they all got reelected. And that's what's raised the ire of folks in Clarksdale.
So what's the mayor's salary now with that $36,000 addition?
Just over $122,000.
Now, understand that I don't think there's anybody else maybe in the South with 12 to 15,000 population that's making that kind of money as mayor.
Well, actually, the survey that I referred to doesn't include Jackson, but I believe it's the city of Pascagoula and one other one down on the coast that's getting paid slightly more. But for a town of 15,000, a town that's losing its tax base and losing population, we don't see it. We don't see how it's justified.
Yeah.
The total raises for everything and everybody is over $416,000 a year, and our revenues just aren't increasing by that amount of money annually.
Well, here's the other part of this. Now, and I know you guys are trying to put up the fight, but you have to have a coalition of blacks and whites. And when people found out about this, of course, there were a lot of white people speaking up, but there were some African Americans too. But my understanding is it all turned into a black-white debate, and it shouldn't have been. And for most people who understand $416,000 additional dollars coming out for raises that were not warranted. It's not a black and white issue, but they've made it in this.
Well, the mayor made it into a black-white issue.
Mm-hmm.
On the petition, we got 600 names, over 600 names on the petition. At least 250 of them were from what we recognize as the black community. But after the story appeared in the paper, a lot of people now are aware of just what this board did. People in the black community are as upset as anybody else. It's just a chunk full of money.
Yeah. John, let me ask you this. I know, do you leave it there just being irate and let it hang on for 4 more years? Or is it something other than just being greedy? Is it something illegal about it? They went into secretive executive session. Is there something that can be done about this?
All right. I've filed an inquiry to the Ethics Commission, and I hope they answer me. And I hope if anybody from the Ethics Commission is listening, you answer me. Can a municipal board in executive session not only discuss but raise its salaries? In the open meetings law, the only public board mentioned that can discuss salaries in an executive session is the board of a public hospital. And according to the open meetings, that is to discuss the salary of a doctor they're trying to recruit. There is nothing in the open meetings law that says a municipality can.
Mm-hmm.
And my question to the Ethics Commission is, if you're silent on a municipal board, are you prohibiting it or are you allowing it? Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to come back that a municipal board cannot raise its salaries in executive session.
Well, if that's the case, then is there some violation that crosses over to the purview of the state auditor?
When I get the response from the Ethics Commission, if they say a municipality can raise salaries, well, that's the end of it, and we'll just have to wait for 4 years. But if they say they cannot, then I am going to ask for an attorney general's opinion on that topic, and see if we can't get that involved. The only way this is going to go away, as far as I'm concerned, mm-hmm. is if the Ethics Commission says they can raise the salary in executive session.
His raise was raised more, like you said, $36,000, the starting salary for the city's police officers and firefighters. What is their starting salary as far as a police officer?
Well, in the newspaper, a starting salary of a rookie cop is like $15 an hour. Mm-hmm. That works out to just over $32,000. Forget the raise that the employees got. Just the raise of the mayor and the 4 commissioners could hire four new policemen. And this city board and the people in town know that we need more policemen. In fact, we're down to 23 officers in the police department. And the board recognizes we need more police, so they give themselves a raise. The police got a raise too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But we could have hired four new policemen just on the salary, the new salary of the mayor and the commissioner.
It will be interesting to watch this and see what happens when you get an answer back from the Ethics Commission. Let us know. I'd love to find out exactly what's going on with that one. John, it's always good talking to you, sir. When you're in the Jackson area.